Hey, how's it going? I'm kind of tight in here anyways, but I thought I'd share is what we got going on here is right here, we got a leak. It's raining out right now, but this is the first time since I removed the cover, the winter cover on the boat. I knew I was gonna get some leaks, but I had removed this there was a plastic piece under here, and it has to put a screen in, keep bugs out and stuff. And I removed it a while ago because I wanted to inspect under here, and this is like a Bondo. It's what they use to repair dings in cars and stuff, and they pack it in there. Fairing, you want to call it fairing, is what they call it in boat stuff, but it's basically the same thing. It's like an epoxy or fiberglass Bondo. So it's the hatch, then a lip of this Bondo that the hatch sits on, so it's raised up from the deck, and then you have the actual deck, which is the actual deck's probably about halfway into this Bondo, and then the deck's down in here. And so what's happening is the Bondo is so old, there's cracks in it, big cracks, and you can see them in the corners here and right here. And I knew that probably that was going to be an issue with the deck because it's Bondo on wood, and that's not a great fit. So it's not a long-term fit. So basically what I'm going to have to do is all this Bondo in here, in between the wood and the hatch, is gonna have to be removed. I've got a multi-tool, which is great, and it'll just cut that stuff right out of there. It's gonna be messy. I'm gonna have to clean all this out, seal this up with plastic so it doesn't get the dust and debris in the rest of the boat. And then probably, if we get, it's supposed to dry out maybe by tomorrow. So I don't think we're gonna get a lot of rain, a little bit. We weren't predicted to even get this amount, so counting on the weather, you know how that goes. But as soon as I can get it dry out a little bit, I'm gonna plastic sheet the top of this hatch on the boat with duct tape and all that, seal it off, and then I can get the hatch out of here, and then I can just start ripping that Bondo out. And then I've got this fairing compound. I'm gonna have to buy a bunch of Bondo, basically is what it is, and I'm gonna have to redo this whole thing. So I'm gonna have to set up a nice big, like it's almost like a lip is put in here so the hatch is higher and it's level, because the boat curves, and so you want that Bondo built up nice and flat. Yeah, so anyways, that's what we're at. I could probably even drill this out. I might drill a little bit out to let that water come out easier, because we don't want it to drain into the rest of the boat. And that's what's happening. It's coming, running down the decks and under the Bondo on the top. You can see where it's cracked and kind of separated from the wood, and then it's running in there and looking for the easiest egress to get into the boat. I'm hoping that it won't leak anywhere else. I'll just have to watch this. I think I probably pull my comforter and everything out of here now though, since I know it's leaking, because realistically it could get worse, because this is the first place, but it's probably seeking other places, and I'm betting this whole hatch is going to leak drips if we get rain over the next couple days. But that's what I got going on this morning. Just added another boat work project. I mean, we're talking a week to do this because it's going to take a day or two to remove it, sand it down. I've never done anything like this, but as everything in this boat, I'm kind of learning as I go. I'll watch some videos today, get some tips and things not to do, things to avoid, watching other people make mistakes so I don't have to. And that's why I appreciate YouTube videos. But yeah, I guess that's what we got going on. I knew it was going to probably happen. I knew this had to be replaced. I just was kind of fingers crossed I could get away with it for a little bit longer. But like most things I'm finding here, the boat sat on the hard for 5 years, which means everything's really dried out, which means when the boat gets into a wet environment, all those little spaces that have been created with everything drying so much is going to allow leaks to happen more readily. So I'm probably going to find a lot more leaks as we go, but that's okay. That's what it's all about. You spend the rest of your life with the boat chasing leaks, one after another. So I'm prepared for it. I guess I'm going to learn a lot though. So, yeah, drip, drip, drip. I could just sit here and drink it. Anyways. Hello! How's it going? So this morning, it's a nice day, but it's been raining all weekend, and I showed you earlier we had a leak in this hatch. So I'm starting to pull up all this stuff. It's what it is it's just been bondoed on the top to give it a level surface for the hatch, because the boat has a curve to the deck and the hatch is square. So they built it up with Bondo all the way around. And it's actually, I have teak decks, but they're painted over with the non-skid, which is fine with me because I don't want to deal with teak decks. So I'm gonna just repaint them anyways, but I've gotta take this hatch off, remove all the Bondo, and clean up the wood and everything. And then what I'm gonna do is a epoxy resin, a nice coating, so that it penetrates epoxy, it penetrates everywhere. And then I'm gonna have to fill in some of these edges in here where the leak has been mostly on this side. And then that'll give a good base, that epoxy on the bottom. And then I can build the fairing or the filler, Bondo, whatever you want to call it, all the way around here and build that up to a nice level surface so this will seat properly on here. And then I'll redo the hatch on here. And it's probably going to take me a day to get this hatch off and clean this all up. And then tomorrow's supposed to be nice again, not wet. So hopefully tomorrow I can get some resin on and even the Bondo if I get my ass in gear and get busting. And then I'm going to have to recover all this really well with Visqueen to seal it up as best I can. What I'll probably do is do a seal around the deck, and then I'll probably put Visqueen up and over, so there's nothing, as best I can do to keep this dry over the next couple days, because we got rain coming up for the next in 2 or 3 days. I think we have rain for a week, so I really got to get this done and sealed up and that epoxy on here so that it can dry in time before that rain starts up. So kind of a go. Anyways, but I'll share more as I go with this. Let me give you a close-up view of some of this. You'll see what I'm talking about. Hold on. So I'm gonna just tilt the camera down here in a sec. Hey, so this is what I'm talking about here. There's this Bondo stuff, right? And it goes all the way around the rim here. You can see it? And what it's done is basically just given a level surface so that this metal frame has something nice and flat to sit on. But all this Bondo, it was just put on here without any epoxy resin back in the day or whenever they did this, so it actually didn't adhere that well. It was only a temporary, and you can see it didn't even pull up any wood or anything. So that's why the water got egressed in there. So we're gonna tear all that up, redo it, and then remount this. Hopefully we'll get it done in time. So check it out. I took the hatch out completely, and then you can see, we'll poke up in here. So as you can see, I took the hatch completely out. We're down to just, it's not actually wood. It's like a composite, or it's fiberglass that was made to look like wood, I think, this stuff here. I'm pretty sure. It's just a thin covering. But anyways, I'm gonna have to build this all up again with the epoxy first, and then fill all this stuff in with fairing and all that. So before I reseat the hatch on there. So it's going to be a bit of a project. Hopefully I can get it done over the next 2 days. But I'll keep showing you my progress. Hey Wanagi, what do you think? Hey Wagi, what do you think? Let's do an interview with Wanagi. Hey Wanagi, you want a cookie? What's your favorite thing in the world? A cookie or snow? A cookie or a ball? You want to go for a walk? You know these words. Which do you like the best? Yes, she's not really sure. Hey Wanagi, you want to work? She's not interested. Anyways, here's the boatyard we're in. Cool, down here in Bellingham. So another thing I did also was these screw holes here. Is a little trick I did was using wax paper, and I stuffed it all the way down in the hole almost to the end, and that'll prevent the resin from dripping down in through the cabin, through the hole. So it'll just stop the resin right there, and those will be nice little plugs with resin. Yeah, that's it. So here you go. So here's the hatch what's left of the hatch cover. So you can see in the corner here, and then in that corner there, it was just all resin, like built up. I don't know if it was epoxy or what it was, but I'm actually gonna be using epoxy. And epoxy goes over fiberglass. Fiberglass does not go over epoxy. I should say the cloth does. You can use with epoxy, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, maybe you don't know what I'm saying, but blah, 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 blah. So. Hey, so that's kind of the update on what we got going with this hatch down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut out those wood pieces and try and get them set in there and get the resin down in those holes and give it time to dry for the half of the day. And then hopefully before the end of the day, I can come back in and do my first layer of fairing compound to start building it up so that the hatch will seat properly on there. Nice hair, bro. Holy shit, hair day. Bad hair day, bro. I'm having a bad hair day. All right. Oops. All right, so first step is basically to make these templates, which is easy. And just basically, I'm gonna put that in there. It. Chicka chicka chicka. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just trying to fill a void as best I can. Fill the void. This. Yep. Yep. And that way it doesn't overlap, because the hatch has got to come down here, or maybe on the inside of that. Anyways, I'm gonna go smaller. I'll make this pretty small, just to plug. That'll do it. Probably grind some more of that out. That'll do. I can sand it down if I need to. So this is port side. Ow. All right. Ow. Duh. Dude, I'm a moron. Oh my god, seriously? Okay. So it's gotta be. What the fuck is that shit in there? Have a loose piece? Of course it is. Oh my god. See, this shit is just brittle. No structural. God damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut more of that out. Okay. New plan. Oh, little swabbies on the deck. Wanagi, first mate. She's just sleeping up here. Yeah, right. I'm gonna sleep by ya. Woo. So here's the hatch. So we had to rebuild all this ramping here because it was all cracked and old fairing compound. So it took me about 4 build-ups to get that in there. But it's just nice because the hatch will sit in here nice. And then I'm gonna seal this part. It's got those screw holes I'm gonna drill today and then seal it. And so we'll be able to get back up in the front into our bed because Wanagi and I are basically, we are sharing her dog bed and it is not comfortable. She doesn't get any sleep and neither do I. That's why she's sleeping on the deck right now because her dad's a dick. Anyways, that's what we got going on.
Hey, puppy, what are you doing? Wagi, hi, honey. You're so cute. You are. You're just a darling little girl. Hi, buddy. We love you. Yes, we do. YouTube loves you, too. You just go to sleep. Oh, yeah.